about Ken Dodd. Maybe he did help charity, but he was still a Tory. What the hell?
He didn't put that in, did he?
He did, and he done that when Cilla Black died, you know. So I got on the phone to the Echo, and I gave this lady wouldn't give me a name. I gave her my name before I speak to anyone. I give me my name. I said, "What's your name?" I said, "I want to officially complain about the column." She said, "I don't want to tell you your name." So she said about Ken Dodd, you know, with the money. I said, "Ken Dodd went to court over that. Excuse me, don't you dare." I said, "Ken Dodd was very respectful and a nice man, and you've got that horrible thug that tried to bring Liverpool to its knees, writing that column and calling Ken Dodd." I said, "It's disgusting." I was disgusted. Anyway, I picked up the Echo on Thursday night, and there was a great big letter from a man in Woolton, and he was disgusted.
Right.
That's not a nice thing to say, Peter.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter whose politics or what.
Yeah.
That's what we live in a country. We can be who we want. There was 2 wars to give us that freedom.
Yeah. I said we live in a democratic country, and that's got nothing to do with anybody.
The man's died. The man has given far more than Derek Hatton's ever given in his whole life.
Let me say, please, the man had given 60 years of laughter and happiness. All he done was bring misery. Oh, I was blazing me because I thought it was absolutely disgusting to say that. It's nothing to do with anyone, what people vote. Ken Dodd, as I said to the lady, had given 60 years of happiness and jokes. You know, I thought it was disgusting, please. Anyway, I thought it was a horrible thing to say. Then you were saying before about Russia, Peter. I think we should boycott the World Cup. I think he's a horrible leader. He's got in again. Stalin once said, "It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes that counts."
Yeah,
and
but
that's what happens.
Overwhelmingly got in, though.
No, it's because...
No, he's overwhelmingly...
Yeah, because they're not allowed to vote for anyone else. There's no freedom in Russia to vote for anyone at all. I mean, what he's doing to Syria is a disgrace, and what he's definitely done that to that couple.
How's he definitely done it?
Definitely done it. Well, no, who else is going to do it, please?
Well, why has he definitely done it? How can you say
they've done it before? You remember years ago when the man was walking?
But he wasn't a leader then.
But they've always done it.
Well, why? Hang on, that's a very generalisation. They've always done it. Why have they always done it? Maybe it's somebody else that's done it to cause problems between us.
I don't think so. Why? I just don't. You remember a few years ago the man was walking on London Bridge and they grabbed him with an umbrella?
Yeah.
And now they've just got another man, they tried to strangle him. They're all terrified.
We don't know if it's him.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know if it's Russia.
Definitely. What's he doing in Syria, Peter? You know, he's not a nice man.
What are we doing in Syria? What's anybody doing in Syria?
We're not bombing them like it is. We're not bombing them.
Are we selling weapons that are killing them, maybe?
Gas. He's putting gas on. You can't defend that man, Peter. He's a horrible man.
I'm not defending him, but
the Russian people...
I don't dismiss until he's found guilty. Yeah. I mean, I think our government actually are making a mistake by saying they've got evidence without giving us the evidence.
I don't. The Russian people in general are nice people, but the leaders are horrible. How many Russians...
Why have they voted for them?
Because they haven't got any choice, Peter. That's not a democratic country.
Don't have to vote. They don't have to vote. They can have no vote at all.
You can't live like that. If you're gay in Russia, they put you in jail. They hammer you. They won't let you have any freedom whatsoever. You know that, Peter. There's no freedom in Russia.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. We had a letter, which is interesting, a very, very interesting letter. I'll just read the first paragraph, and it just says, Peter, I was listening to Wendy on the show, and I'm glad to hear that she's feeling a lot better. I want to contact you because Wendy made a comment about gay people being born gay, which is not always true. Peter, you have made the similar comments in the past, and I can assure you that I was not born gay, but now I am a grown man. I have sexual interest in transgender and gay men that I can't explain. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Oh, well, that's his opinion, Peter. That's his opinion.
Well, no, he's saying he is gay, so he knows.
Yes, so we might. That's his opinion, what he's saying as well. But I'm just saying, in Russia, you're not allowed any freedom of anything like that, Peter. I'd hate to live in that country. And that horrible little man, I can't stand him. And it will come out in the wash, Peter. The Russians done that. Definitely. We wouldn't do it. He's trying to say that we done it. What would we do that for? Our government do that.
Why does anybody do anything?
But our government wouldn't do that. Oh, I know there's horrible people everywhere, Peter. But, I mean, he's won by an over... Do you know his opposition, Peter? They hammered him and he got put in jail. One of the opposition.
Oh, I know one of the opposition. Every time he goes out to march, he gets arrested. Yeah.
So how can you say he won fair and square?
No, but it's 75%. It's an awful lot of people in Russia. It's billions.
Because they're frightened, Peter.
They're not frightened at all. Not the ones I saw. They're not frightened at all.
They've got no freedom
They reckon they're having a better life with him.
Better life with whom?
What? Rather than the communists.
He is a communist.
But he's not. How can he be a communist when he's one of the richest men in the world?
He's not a commie.
He's not not communism like it was.
No, it's not like it was, but there's still communism. It's not freedom. There's no freedom in Russia, Peter.
In what ways is there no freedom? Give me an example.
Well, you can't vote what you want to vote to. You can't have, as you've just said...
You just said in Liverpool, you can't be a Conservative because you get castigated. What's the difference?
I am, and I couldn't care less who castigates me.
Well, everybody else can be castigated.
And you can't... No, that's just Liverpool. We're talking about the whole country. You can't vote what you can't be gay. You can't... There's a lot of things you can't do in
many countries you can't be gay. Can't be gay in Cuba.
Can't be gay in Nigeria.
Well, they are. So there's other countries, not just Russia.
Yeah, they know that, but Russia have got a horrible history. Do you know Stalin made a pact with the other evil?
You're going to back. Stalin was a mass murderer.
So was Hitler, and that was his friend.
Well, they are.
And
there's two of them.
This bloke that's ruling in Russia now was in the KGB. And he believes...
He's not a mass murderer like Stalin.
Because he wouldn't be allowed to do it now. But he still believes in what Stalin. He's a Stalinite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you check him out, Peter. He still believes in all Checking thing. And if you dispute anything about Russia, you're pushing right in jail. I mean, years ago, they used to send you to Siberia. We know all that. I've read all about the Russian history.
It's not like that, no.
And Peter, it's still a bad country. It's not freedom like England.
So why are there so many rich people in there? Some of the richest people in the world.
And they all come to England, a lot of them are living in London. What annoys me, Peter, people call this country, and we're the best little country in the world. We've got freedom of speech. I mean, you can't say what you want to say, but you can say some things. We've got freedom of speech. There's not many poor people. Most people are a happy nation. I just would never want to be a communist, Peter. Anything to do with communism whatsoever. I like our life democratic, and you can. And thank God that we've got Donald Trump on our side.
And you think America's democratic with Donald Trump?
Only for America, Peter.
With Donald Trump, you think that America is he's trying to close down everyone. He's sacking anybody that disagrees with him. What's freedom in that? What's the freedom in that?
America is a very free country.
And kids get killed at school. That's how free it is.
That's disgusting. The guns. I don't like all that. But it's the best. I'm glad he's backing us, Peter. I'm glad we've got the backing of America, because God...
He changes like the wind.
Yeah, he's changed the North Koreans, though, hasn't he, Pete?
He changes like the wind over everything. He's more scary than Putin.
No chance. He's changed the North Koreans, hasn't he, Pete? And Putin would attack us only for America, because he knows America's a mighty power.
Why would Russia attack us?
Because
what would they do? Why would they want England?
I'm not saying they'd want England. They just want to rule the world. He just want to rule the world. He's one of those little men. Oh, Peter, he's one of them little men.
You really know him this well. Do you ring him regularly, Wendy, or something? Have these conversations?
Yeah, he's on the phone to me every day.
Right.
Now, that's being sarcastic,
well,
Peter.
Because you're being ridiculous.
No, you are
absolutely ridiculous. You're talking as if you know him personally.
I've read all about him.
Oh, so you've read the fake press?
Yeah. How do you know it's fake?
How do you know it isn't?
I believe it. I believe about him. He's in on the...
Because you want to!
He's on the side...
you want to, because you're on one!
Excuse me. He's on the side of the king in Syria and gassing all those people. How many children and men and women has he killed? There's millions being killed. The country is obliterated. Absolutely, because of him. Because he's backing that king.
Not just Russia. What about Turkey?
He's they're into it now with the Kurds. Those, the Far East, is in a bad state. But Russia should pull out. I mean, what did he do in the Crimean peace? He attacked the people there a couple of years ago. He can't go round.
Yeah, but he believes it belongs to Russia, that's why.
It doesn't matter what he believes in, he can't go round doing that.
Well, you can if you believe it's yours and it's yours. It's like you, if you want your part of the garden back that belongs to somebody else, you go after your part of the garden. Because you believe it's
kill
yours.
someone over it.
Well, it depends on how much is at stake.
No, please, he can't do it. I don't like him. He's not a nice man at all. And I don't like his principles, which he hasn't got any. I shouldn't have said that.
But he's been voted in with a huge majority.
He's got voted in because the people in Russia aren't allowed not to vote him in, Peter.
Well, all those millions I saw who were raving about him.
Of course, they all look nice because they have to. They're terrified.
All right, Wendy, you've just now painted a picture. They've all been given extra clothes to look nice on camera.
No, that's been sarcastic.
Well, because you're making the most ridiculous comments.
No, you're making a ridiculous statement to say that the Russian people are happy having it.
I rest my case. Wendy, say goodnight.
Good night, Pete.
Ta-da, Wendy. And nice to hear you back on form. 0151 708 1059.
It's your last chance to get up to 50% off sofas in the DFS price snap. Better be quick. Savings end Monday. DFS.
So I think you might have forgotten about me. I'm